Pladio Ray.
I'm having a little fun on this one. That's right, yeah.
Riding in these cars, I'm a star on the boulevard.
I think you like it, baby. I think you like it, baby.
That I'm the man and your main man can't comprehend.
That's right.
Riding in these cars, I'm a star on the boulevard.
I'm a star, baby. Come on. You know who you dealing with. Let's go, Eli. Crunch time.
That I'm the man and your main man can't comprehend.
You're listening to the Pladio Ray Show on 1099 Crunch Time Radio.
Hey, it's your boy Mr. LATL, and welcome to the Pladio Ray Show. We are here at episode 4, and today I got my special guest host in the building, Danny Digital.
Yo. It's your boy Digital. What's happening?
Pladio Ray.
All right, last week on episode 3, I skipped out on doing my Through My Eyes segment because we had a nice long running chat with the CEO of Crunchtime ENT. So this week I thought I'd go ahead and bring that back, my segment Through My Eyes, and drop a little jewel on what I've been thinking, what I've noticed for this week. Right now, it is the 15th. It is the day after Valentine's Day, and I realize it's the second week in Black History Month, and I've given no comments on Black history, said nothing that represents my people, and, I've not taken my time to acknowledge what's going on around us. Now, of course, for me, Black History Month lasts 12 months. I get 365 days of what my people do all the time. But since they actually literally gave us a month for it, just like they literally gave us a day for love, I think I should take a little bit of time on this special occasion in this special month to mention that I'm proud of you, Black people. I am proud of my people. Proud to be a Black man. Proud to be raised in a nation of Black folks that, even though we struggle and we deal with the most horrific of difficult times, we still find our way to smile and to hustle and to be creative and to build and to try to uplift when we can. The world paints us in a picture that's just really far from what the truth is. We're the bad guys in everybody's eyes, and we don't even know how we got there. So, we take it as we get it, as it seems, but I already know that through my knowledge and through looking at the world as we see it, we are not the image of the people our forefathers thought we were going to be. We are not the Black people that they were fighting for to get the freedom and the respect and the acknowledgement that the same people that the same type of acknowledgement that the white people were getting, and the same treatment as the white people were getting at the time when they were fighting for it. So even though I know we aren't those people, we are not the people that our forefathers thought we were going to be, we are still a great people. And you have to change and adapt with the times in order to be constructive, in order to be useful to the people around you. Back in Martin Luther King's day and Malcolm X's day, when they were marching and doing all this stuff, they didn't have half of the information that we have delivered to us, half of the technology that we have. And though they fought to get us our rights to be a part of that world, to be a part of what's going on in the world today, we can't step up and stand in the same exact manner that they did, because we go about it differently now. So, I'm proud of where we are. I'm proud of what we've been through. I'm proud of where we came from, because if you didn't struggle a little bit, you wouldn't understand what it felt like to be happy, or to make it to the end, or to see the light at the end of that tunnel. My Black History shout out goes out to all Black people. There's not excluding that I don't love or care for other races, but this is just the history of the people this month.
Pladio Ray.
All right, today on the Pladio Ray Show, since we seem to have skipped it on episode 3, I figure it's time to give you a little run back. We're going to do a little quick local news segment, little national news segment. You know, I was happy to take a look into the news and read that, you know, the ban for people flying in and out of the country was lifted by the federal, you know, courts, you know, and I appreciate that for somebody stepping up and taking some sort of control. And, you know, that was a headline that I just picked up on and read and didn't get a chance to comment about. So I wanted to be able to make sure I said something about that since I spoke on it on episode 2.
Pladio Ray.
He's out here doing really, really big things in this photography game. And, you know, I had to get him out here on the show today so we can talk a little about that and, you know, get to see the other side. Because, you know, the photography game and the camera game been on since as long as the game been on, you know.
Word, you know what I mean? Gotta have your visuals. Like, in 2007, it didn't happen if you didn't catch it on camera. It's facts, like,
facts.
It didn't happen if it didn't go on IG, if you didn't post it on Twitter. If I ain't see it on Snapchat, I don't believe you. You know what I mean? So book a photographer, book a videographer, preferably Danny Digital, at Danny Digital. That's with 2 L's, extra L because I keep one rolled. Yeah, that's me.
We got Danny Digital in the building, so we're gonna do a little inquiring and talk a little about the behind the scenes and why, you know, it's important to be behind the scenes and what drives you to want to be in that position. You know, a lot of people strive and say, yeah, I can't wait. I grow up, you know, I want to be in front of the camera. I want to be dancing. I want to be a singer. I want to be some sort of artist. And, you know, everybody's living to be in front of the camera, but they don't realize how much goes into being the man that's holding the camera, that's showing the world your vision of their vision. You know, so
yeah, I mean, I remember being young and watching like all the reality TV that came on MTV, Real World, all those little reality TVs where people were just partying in Cancun, and I was like, man, they're having so much fun, but I wonder like the things they can't show on TV, like only the cameraman has that footage. Like, you know, the things they blur and the things they just gotta cut out because it's not censored for TV. I always dream like, where's the rest of this footage? I know it's somewhere.
It's
and
on
only
somebody's editing.
And I know who has it. The cameraman, the mysterious, you know, guy behind the camera that you never see. You know, they might show his name in the credits. You don't watch that, but hey, he got a check, you know what I'm saying? So I remember being young watching those shows like, man, I would love to see, like, the cameraman has to have fun. I mean, he's working and he's on the beach with these kids too, really, so that's gotta be a cool job. I never really thought more of that, you know. Later on, my brothers were doing music, so I figured, like, how could I help? They need music videos, they need visuals. I picked up a camera. You know what I mean? It was organic like that. It just came up. It just came. Like, I put it in the universe that it would be a cool job, and it became my job. Like, I thought I wanted to do video games, but I realized you really had to know how to draw. I was like, whoa, I can't draw. Then you have to draw it on paper, then draw it on a computer. Then
it takes a lot.
Whoa, I just want to create a game and play it. So
in 30 minutes or less.
I figured that's not out what I really wanted to do. I just want to play them, so. You know, the camera thing has opened a lot of doors. Like, I started doing it in 2013, just freelancing with my brother, recording his performances and doing his music videos, just building my craft. Hooked up with a couple blogs out here in Atlanta and been able to be in front of people that I only used to see on TV or hear on record. It's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you don't take it in when you're in the moment. It's just until people tell you, like, well, you was with so-and-so, like, yeah, okay. Like, you know what I mean? I was kind of working, so, now I understand, like, you are working, so sometimes you can't really enjoy it. It's not until I'm back home editing pictures that I realize, like, oh, you know what I'm saying, so-and-so was there, or, damn, I didn't even, say nothing to this person. But, sometimes you're in the work mode. Can't be a fan.
A lot of people can't be a fan. That's how you don't make no money that way. So, you out there hustling, doing your thing, and shoot, I've seen the majority of the work that you put out in the body of work that you put out, so I know you're out there working. I've seen some of the celebrities I've seen you take pictures of. Your red carpet in the event, and you're out here shooting the basketball game and interviews with the players.
Beautiful.
Right up here at the Phillips Arena. He's out here working, and it seems like it came from nowhere, like a snap of the finger, like from being on Peter Street out here in Atlanta to being in the Dome, taking pictures and recording media footage.
Right.
Getting in the papers, TMZ shots, all kinds of things.
For real,
the grind is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And like he was saying, he's not out there enjoying himself like the people who sit back and see the pictures that he took. Like, dude, you were there. That had to be enjoyable. Like, that had to be fun. And for you to be like, yeah, I was there. I'm working. So
right, like I was working, I was probably sweating, I was carrying baggage, I was switching lenses, I was worrying about battery life, I was worrying about missing a shot, all so you people could enjoy a visual, content, whether it's a photo or a video, and to build my own brand. Like I want it to be seen. I want people to see a different shot, or do something different than the regular event photographer. But kudos to all photographers. We learn from each other. You know what I'm saying?
It builds on the fact that there seems to be like, there's a passion for the game, and so a lot of people get up there and they're like, yo, I'm doing it for this reason. So like, you're out there grinding to the point where it's like, I don't know, nobody sees you. You know what I'm saying? You want to, if Danny Digital was there, when you check the web page and you check the internet and you'll see the Danny Digital stamp on it, then you was like, yo, he was definitely out there. You might not have seen him.
Nah,
it was just a flash of light. He was just a flash of light at the night.
You never see me, but you'll see there. The content, and that's what's important.
So what's driving you? What's that motivation that's like, yo, I have to be there. This is me tonight, every night.
I like it though. Like, it's still a fun job. Like, if it's something that, like, people say you could do it for free, then that's what it's about. Like, I'll go to the Hawks game and do their media for free. I'm on a court. Like, I didn't go to school for basketball, wasn't great at basketball. Like, I didn't get no scholarship to be on no basketball court, but I could touch the court, and that's something the average Joe can't do. I'm in the locker room with the NBA players, like like, it's crazy. Like, people
so close I could slap you.
Like, literally, like, it's real. It's, what's the word? Surreal. It's a surreal thing while you're in it. But that's my passion, and my passion is to turn it into money. Because a lot of times it's not for money. It's just because it's my passion, and it helps, level me. It helps, it brings me joy, So if I'm out there in the field, even if it's for free, this is stress relief for me. Like, you know, I enjoy being behind this camera, being on the scene, being behind the video of a K-Camp video or whoever's popping. It's a beautiful thing. Like, I know the average person can't do it.
Pladio Ray.
You know, it's funny because you're sitting here telling this story, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, for the people who really truly don't know, if you do give this episode a listen, this is actually my actual brother.
Real.
Like, real family, real blood brother.
Right.
And, you know, he's out here grinding. But he's telling the story of this camera, and it's reminding me of this episode of Cheaters we caught. Remember we used to watch Cheaters all the time?
We always paid attention to the cameraman.
The cameraman was all we talked about.
Like,
the
for
cameraman was on skates. Like the way he chased things down.
We looked at things differently. Like, we seen that they were running or the car took off, but we was like, damn, how the camera
how
stay?
Was the cameraman still with him?
Of the car, like,
because he's on skates. Like, yo, he was on rollerblades back then. They were moving. We spent days laughing about that, talking about how the cameraman.
We're still laughing.
We're
about
still
that
talking
shit,
about it years and years later. How the cameraman was willing to be there. You know, the cameraman's got to be the one standing in front of the tornado watching the wave come in.
We used to talk about that, watching those little true videos that came on TV with funny things were happening, or cameraman almost got hit by the car.
It's always the cameraman.
Cameraman got to stick in there, man.
Cameraman got to go out there with his bulletproof vest on. That's mental.
Cameraman got to take those hits for that shot, man. I don't know if I'm quite ready for it.
Maybe the best shot ever, but I never got to see it.
You know what I mean? Like, everything you watch on TV, someone had to shoot it. The wildlife, the sharks that you watch during Shark Week, like, somebody was in the water with them sharks in a big ass waterproof camera. So kudos to that camera, man.
That guy, yeah, because that's the real soul.
We come in all kinds of forms, but I'm not ready for that.
No deep sea dive.
Maybe on some
wild animals.
I do like wild animals. I would love to go to like Fiji rainforest with a camera and bag of flowers and just spend my days taking pictures of the wildlife. That's actually relaxing. I can understand that. That would be beautiful.
That's that new camera feel for the people who get something brand new. You know how it feels to get something brand new. So you get you a brand new, top of the line camera. So what do? You out there snapping pictures of everything you see. You're snapping pictures of the table and things that you already know you see 300 times a day. So, if that's how you feel, that's the passion for something brand new, it would be incredible to be like, yo, that's my passion every single day. I wake up and I'm taking pictures like this is still brand new. I'm still feeling it like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm snapping everything. If it crawls, if it flies, if it's whatever.
Yeah, man. I remember you was there when I first got my camera, and it was set for a while before I put it to use because it was so new to me. I would just watch YouTube videos and study and learn all the fundamentals because I didn't understand nothing. I was used to point and shoot cameras. I didn't understand. I shot the first 2 years in auto. I was scared to go to manual. I didn't understand. It was like I could get the same shot in auto, so why go manual? It's stupid, Until I learned, the difference, and so it's something that took time. Definitely had to invest a lot of time, a lot of sacrifices too. Like, all of it wasn't just enjoyable. Like I said, if I'm going to go do a free event, sometimes that's just cost on me. I gotta take the L for that. And that's not easy when you're raising a family. So there's a lot of sacrifices going into being, in this industry. So it's like I always tell people that too. Like, if you want it, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? So do you really, even if it's your time, which is very important, can't get that back.
Hey, that's sweet. That's deep, because if it's your time to shine and you choose not to shine, you may not get that back.
That's it.
That's
like
it.
If you in a position, and I don't work so hard to get here, and I feel like I'm kind of in a position to win, even though I'm not feeling like I'm winning. I feel like if I stay in this position, I could win big for everybody. So just gotta stay grounded. It says it takes about 7 years. I've only been about 3 years in, so I'm not rushing the process. Is that what they say, right? Don't trust the process. That's the new thing. Trust the process. I'm trusting the process on this Tricky Ricky Smoke here too.
Pladio Ray.
I mean, you pretty much answered that the question I was going to ask. I was going to say if you had anything, for people who were doing, up and coming.
Yeah,
them guys.
Stay with it. Like, I got traded a lot of times before I got with a team that really rocked with me and made me feel appreciated. I was with bigger teams. I rocked with Hip Hop Weekly for a while. Like, they got magazines in the stores or on TV, reality TV. The bigger company's not always the best for you because you're so small in a big company. Get with a company who's buzzing, or that's not as big, and go all out. Because I'm with hip hop since 1987 now, and I've been with them for maybe about 3 years now. But they already had a brand way before I got with them, and which was a funny story. Before I got with them, it was just, that's another thing I tell people. Always say your dreams to yourself and out loud. Like, just, like, I was watching YouTube one day when I first got my crib back in 2011. Just had internet, so that's what I watched. I remember a Hip Hop Since 1987 interview came on after another interview, a Breakfast Club interview probably, and it was Meek Mill and somebody, like, and I was like, damn, it'd be dope if I just linked up with like a team like that, because I was born in 87, so I feel like I'm 87 since everything. And they're hip hop since 1987. They out here making moves. It would be dope and I was just thinking that. I moved on with my life. One day I ran into the guy, say, hey, I'm with hip hop since 1987. And I'm like, for real? Changed contacts. Still, didn't hear from for 6 months. You still gotta continue your grind, continue doing what you was doing. And when they reached out, we linked, and it was that. Stay down. And stay down with people who are genuine too. You know the difference. People who are genuine,
Okay. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Danny,
a lot of people will use you.
Yeah, so be careful.
Especially in Atlanta. Atlanta, you're not gonna make no money in Atlanta. Atlanta is the buddy state. Everybody, even the big artists, don't even charge each other. Everybody's friends, so everybody just works together, and we'll get money on tour. But it's not the same when you're independent and y'all not going on tour. So y'all just working together to build your craft. So just be careful who you give your time to. Make sure they're appreciative. Make sure they understand that, you going on the strength for them and doing this for free. You know what I mean?
Okay. So
get it.
There you go. So if you coming into the game or you want to be fresh on the photography scene, matter of fact, that goes for all scenes, and I feel the same way. I'm like, I should have been doing my radio more often because, it's been brought to me, as a gift. And if you, like you say, you miss that train, you miss that opportunity, you never know what's going to happen. But if you're out there grinding or you're trying to get into this game, that's some knowledge for you right there. Just stay down.
It's never too late. That's another thing. It's never too late. It's never too late, dog. It's never too late. Some of the biggest artists out here are, 40 plus. And the thing is, hip hop is the only genre that puts an age cap on our artists. Their rock and roll artists are be 7 years old, still go to sell out performances around the country. So it's never too late, man. And there's just always so many different other ways and avenues to get into the game. Just like You don't have to be a rapper. You could be a cameraman, or you could be the guy who holds the light for the cameraman, or you could be a PR. You could be whatever. You gotta have a podcast. You could do whatever, because it all is in the culture, our culture, and it's hip hop.
Pladio Ray.
This is a last official question, you know, because sometimes with the amount of work that you do, you kind of you forget that you did things. You get that nostalgia where it's like, man, I shot that. That was me. Like, man, I forgot I took that picture.
Yeah.
I forgot, you know, I shot that video. I forgot I edited that. You know, and you get to that point. So, with your extensive time and with some of the names, you know, that you got a chance to be around, what are your like most memorable moments? Like, what do you remember being behind the camera? Like, yo, I will never forget this.
Come on, it had to be going to Rick Ross' house. Come on, like this wasn't no Rick Ross house party like he usually does, the mansion party. Like, it was just me, Rick Ross, and like his closest PR people, manager, maybe some relatives. Like, we was in his house waiting for this man to come out the studio. Like, it was real. So let me tell you the story. And this was kind of like when I first linked up with hip hop since 1987 too. So, you know, it was like a really memorable moment. Like, we did 3 interviews that day. We went to go get BJ Chicago Kid. We ended up doing Wave Chappelle, Yo Gotti's artist. And we got to link with Rick Ross. Rick Ross called my big homie El Dorado, saying he needed a videographer because his videographer couldn't make it out of Miami. And it's like, okay, cool. He hit me. That was a blessing. Like, shoot, he didn't even know if I was a good cameraman. He reached out to me and asked me, and I was like, cool, let's do it. We rock. You know what I'm saying? Made it happen. And that's another thing. Never say you can't do something, even if you don't know how to do it. Like, figure it out. Like, for real. But anyways, back to the story. Like, yeah, Rick Ross cameraman couldn't make it out of Miami, and it was happening to be a shoot for Wale to finish his commercial for his Something About Nothing album with Jerry Seinfeld. And they had their parts recorded, but they needed Rick Ross' part recorded. So that's what I had to do. So we go to his mansion, which is a gated community inside another gated community, basically.
Yeah, for those who are familiar with Georgia, that's Holyfield's old house.
Man, so by the time we get through the first gate, which wasn't too bad, we get through the first gate just to get to Rick Ross gate, his double R gate. You know, we sat there for good 45 minutes to an hour waiting to get in. You know, even though we was with his manager, it was like really hard pressed to get 2 guys that he didn't know in the gate. So once we got there, at first they wasn't even gonna let my big homie who put me on to the thing, El Dorado, they wasn't gonna let him in. They were just like, well, we just gonna let the cameraman in because we just only gonna let the people who need to be there. So, like, whatever. He wasn't tripping. I go in there, you know, see some folks sitting on the couch. They take me downstairs to, you know, he got this nice little pool table, MMG pool table, arcades, little arcade systems everywhere. I could see him sitting in this, like, studio across from me, just sitting there, chilling, smoking, you know, listening to music. He sits there for like an hour, 2 hours. He never comes out that room. Like, even though they go in there and tell him that I'm here, they like, he'll go ahead and set up. He'll be out any minute. So I set up. Camera just sitting there, and he never comes out. You know, it was real. It was real crazy. Eventually, they go get my man El Dorado out the car because we just sitting there like, you like, go let him in because we don't know when this guy gonna decide he wants to do this. But eventually, one thing I can say about Rick Ross is he does give that boss seat, that boss, you know, feeling. Like, by the time he was really ready to go do it, you know, he came out the studio, You know, he went upstairs, got changed. That took him about another hour. You know,
I'm ready on a 5-hour shift.
For real, I was there for like 5 hours just looking at his stuff because I didn't want to touch nothing. Just standing around looking. I used his bathroom. He had one of those little cool push down buttons. That was my first time ever seeing one of those. I was like, that's dope. I was afraid, like, what if I break this toilet? You know. But
Please.
Right. He eventually comes down. He daps everybody up, and he just started controlling everything. He was like, "Yo, take the camera off the tripod. Come catch some B-roll. I'm gonna throw some money on the table." It was just like crazy. Like his cameraman. I talked to his cameraman before I got there down in Miami. He gave me strict orders to shoot on a tripod and stuff. So I'm trying to, I told, who am I? I was like, well, your cameraman said to use a tripod. He's like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. You gonna pick that camera up, come over here, catch this B-roll. And I was like, bet, I'm not no more said. That's what we're gonna do. So, shot it the way he wanted. He threw some money around. He shot pool a little bit. We got him to do his part to the commercial where he's pretending he's talking to Wale and Jerry back in their studio. So he does his little parts. It was beautiful. We wrapped it up. We took a picture. It went down in history, man. It was in Rick Ross' crib. You know what I'm saying? We left like on a new high. I sent the clips down to his cameraman in Miami. They put it together. It aired on ESPN when Wale went to ESPN to promote the album. It viewed on the ESPN and on ESPN YouTube. Plenty, like last time I checked it had over 80 views, but I don't know what 80,000 views. I mean, but I don't know what it is to date. But it was like my first big thing. Even though I didn't have my credit or my name on it, I knew I did it, and my people knew I did it. So it was beautiful. That's just one of my most memorable moment.
Okay, that's a
Ricky
story
Ross.
right there.
I've been waiting to tell that story.
Shout out to the boss, man.
Huh?
Ricky Ross, that's sweet. So yeah, I found out not too long ago that that's where he was staying. He was in the old Holyfield mansion. He had it, switched up and set up for him. So that's sweet. I only drove by. I've never been in there. That's a great story. I'm glad you got a chance to come out here and tell it to me on the show. Yeah,
you're the first one I think I told that on wax. You know what I mean? We never told that story before, so I went down here on Pladio Ray Show.
That's right. I appreciate that. So we've gotten through all the questions. We've spoken here to Danny Digital, about what he's got going on, what he's out here doing. So where do people find you when they're looking for you? If they wanted a Danny Digital shoot, they wanted a setup, they wanted to be like, this is the guy I'm after. How do they contact you?
Well, on social media, I go by Danny Digital. That's DANNY DIGITALL. There's 2 L's on digital, and that's on pretty much all social platforms. Facebook, Twitter, IG, and Snapchat. If you want to book, it's DannyDigital@gmail, the same way as the handle with 2 L's on digital. At Gmail. Ain't hard to find. Okay. I take PayPal, cash, trade. What you got? What you got that I want? Word. We could bargain, here,
some barter system.
Barter out here, like whatever, you know what I mean? You need some work? You got some work? Let's do it.
That's what's up. So yeah, that's it. That's my boy. That's my brother. That's Danny Digital. He's in the building. Mm-hmm. Always. He's in your building. If you walking around and it's the place to be, he's probably already there. He might be on the stage. You never know.
One of those guys holding the camera.
Look for the camera flash. You might have seen him. Like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
You gotta assume you saw him. But yeah, this is it. We closing out. We'd like to thank our guest host, Mr. Danny Digital,
thank y'all,
for coming through.
Thank you.
So we can go ahead and shut down episode 4 because we out here. We made it. Episode 4 and we're still working, so we can only get better from here. So always remember, if you're out there listening, go ahead and subscribe and comment and leave some feedback, man. I'm open to it. You know, your energy gives me energy, so I'm trying to get it done.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, and also, like I said, there's, you know, other artists and other people who got, you know, some information, some songs, some music, whatever. You can get at me at the Pladio Ray Show. Email at the Pladio Ray Show at Gmail. I mean, I'm here. You can find me. So, you know, we're going to go ahead and keep it rocking for the release of the CGC2, that Collard Greens and Kush from episode 3 with Eli, E1 Don. So we're going to end off with that track, Hallelujah. So go ahead and enjoy that and check it out on YouTube. There are videos flowing shot by
Danny Digital.
I'm
trying to tell you.
So we're going to go ahead and end with that. And as always,
we didn't make this shiznit for Pladio Ray.
Track sounds.
E1 Don, signing off. Salute.
I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah.
Made the same mistake twice, like I ain't learning my lesson. No matter how much wrong, you always give me your blessings. True love, I need more than a definition. Should've followed my heart instead of follow my intuition. And my mind playing tricks on me. Got me feeling some type of way like my rich homies. Like when my grandma just up and went and got sick on me. Needed more time, you left a little too quick for me. No questions, just point me the right direction. At the crossroads, ran a light at the intersections. Avoided head on, even though I was dead wrong. Misdemeanor records, we could have been felons. Just match a wrong turn with unforgettable time. And I'll match a cold beat with unforgettable rhyme. And I gotta thank the most for the position I'm in. Started from the bottom and we gonna keep climbing.
I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah.
1 is for my players at the crib pouring drinks, and 2 is for my partners in the cut rolling dank. 3 is for my G's when we represent the East. We was causing indigestion in the belly of the beast. Just came to do our thing, chase everything that was green. We was too hard to swallow like the underground kings. Long live the bun, rest in peace to the pimp. Grind for every dollar, hustle for every cent. Every day gotta pray, we was taught to survive. I know each day is a blessing soon as I open my eyes. It should be no surprise, we was destined to shine. I know you gotta get yours, just know I gotta get mine. A different breed of MC is what I'm planning to be. Cause I be burning these trees while I be planting these seeds. Ain't gotta see to believe, cause in the blink of an eye, you can find out the truth. So till that day I get right.
I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah. I never said I was a gangster, but I will do, yeah. So hallelujah, hallelujah.
You're listening to the Pladio Ray Show on 1099 Crunch Time. We didn't make this shiznit for Pladio Ray.